Hello people of the web and welcome back to the Lyfcraft server. This episode is going to be me taking on a rather fun new project. I'm planning to build a record farm, and right now my head is buzzing with ideas for how I can go about doing it. This particular episode is probably going to take me a while to record, but thankfully I'm ahead of schedule on videos, which means I have freedom to experiment and kind of find my way through this. Might cause some headaches, but it's going to be fun. Now, if you've been following the series, you'll know that we have two sources of creepers. One is this very specific farm, which only generates creepers, and is currently turned off because I have, over 11,000 gunpowder in this little silo here, and there's an auto off switch for it. So this isn't being utilised. We are still, however, getting creepers from the generic mob farm, which is just down the end of this tunnel turn right. So this farm is still producing creepers, and plenty of other mobs. Blimey. But that silo is also full, which means I have, I think, about 35,000 gunpowder in there. And the excess is going into lava. Hey, right on cue. Rather than trying to get creepers out of this farm, the sensible thing would be to disable the farm. So I have a switch for that, and utilise the creeper farm to give me the mobs that I need. Now it's just a matter of getting these creepers from here, which is not a particularly friendly layout for making into a disc farm, to somewhere else. What I'm thinking of doing is putting a lever on the wall here and linking up to some kind of diversion. I think the sensible thing would be to dig up here first and work out how I'm going to do that. So let's go to storage and grab some items. Also, if you're curious why I have a cow's head, the last episode, I had a lot of cows, and I still think this head looks awesome. So I'm keeping it for a bit. I only just finished the video earlier today, so we'll see how long it takes until I get bored with it. I thought I had a little bit more space around here. Of course, this would be the item transportation for gunpowder from the farm, so I kind of need to avoid that. A creeper could theoretically get caught by water and go back a bit and then along this way. And we can just get around things. Oh, it's very dark. I need lights. How do I get lights? Oh. Well, that's not many emeralds in there. But it should be enough for me. Thank you. Ah, much better. You see, it's a good job I lined all the water with stone bricks so I know where it goes. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Theoretically, we can head down here. And I have a cunning plan for where these creepers are going to appear. Ooh. I think that's the top of the villagers' trading area. Let's find out. Oh, yep. Perfect. So what I'm thinking of doing is having them drop back here. Yeah. Back there. And then we can move them along from that point. So they drop down here. And then I want them to shuffle along this way with like a glass window between here and the front. So you'll see creepers getting pushed along this way to where I'm eventually going to deal with them. Ah, now I wanted them to travel the length of this back wall, and unfortunately that's my silo for the gunpowder. It's a little bit too close because the creepers would be here. I want a block between them and the silo, and I don't think I can move this back. Oh, I might be able to move just these chests back one block. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a pain for the redstone, but let's see if we can figure it out. Now, obviously, as I've got to move that silo across, I need to do something with all of this gunpowder, which is a bit of a pain. And so I brought lots of shulkers. A couple down in this corner as well, and start shifting 11,000 gunpowder out. Shouldn't take too long. I've managed to avoid redoing it completely. However, we now have one extra hopper, which means there'll be 5 more stacks when it's full. So 5 times 64, that's an extra 320. So this sign needs amending. Fixed. Seeing as I went through the effort of adding up how many stacks would be in it before the light turns on, I might as well add the extra 200 and whatever it was to it. And yep, it's not pretty, but it'll be covered up. Because what's going back here is probably going to just be quartz. Considering I only just started this project, it's already starting to look a bit of a mess. Oh, that's not even right. Stone brick. I have stone brick. There. Yeah, starting to look like a building site. Now what I'm going to do is just fill in that little gap there, so if something does somehow spawn back there, it can't get out. And then I'll leave it until a live stream, and I'm expecting plenty of progress between now and the next clip. One live stream later, and yes, I'm still wearing the cow head, we were productive. But the first thing I want to show you is not at the base. Oh, and of course, oh no, I did leave the bed here. Okay, we're fine. Let's just quickly kill this spider. And sleep. And the sleep should mean... clear skies again. I built a 3rd flower farm. So we have mostly tulips here. That over there, I forget what it does. What comes out of here? Oh, lily of the valley, oxide daisies and cornflowers. But we didn't have a source of alliums. And now we do. So this farm produces alliums and azure bluettes. Maybe I should run this for a bit while I'm here. Oh look, a friend. Also, this is a good place to stand so that I don't have to put up with that noise. Seems very interested in me. Oh, nope, never mind. Well, that should keep me stocked up on alliums for a while. And now we're back at the base, I can show you what I got up to. So, the creeper farm is currently active. Wow. Very active. Because, of course, this chest and silo got emptied out. And, well, I currently have, what, 7 shulker boxes full of gunpowder in here. But I have now got a switch here, which will divert creepers. So rather than falling down here, they go into a water stream. And the water stream drops them down there to be carried along. If I wait here long enough, one will appear. Oh, I say one will appear, then suddenly... Oh, wow. 6. 6 appear. Right, let's turn that lever off and I can show you where they end up. So with that switched, the output for where the creepers are supposed to be diverted to is closed off. The tube is unblocked and the water is retracted. All with one lever. It's a bit of a messy bit of redstone, but it works. And yeah, plenty of creepers. So in the live stream, I actually managed to do a redstone door, which is rare for redstone to happen on stream and for it to work. Pretty much, actually, I think it worked first time. Yeah, there's 1 or 2 creepers, which I now need to deal with before I can show you the rest. Right, dealt with. Not that there's a lot more to show you. The next thing I need to work on is the killing area. So my intention is to have elevator going up to carry the creepers to a reasonable height, then along, probably down the above the room, actually could do, and then over here and drop them. I want to get them down to being 1-hit kills for my skeleton. So there'll be a slab here with a hopper underneath to pick up items. Then skeleton, as he's on that side, will go on the right, and an iron golem on the left. The thing I really want to sort out first, though, is the item collection. So ideally with a hopper here, it would collect the gunpowder and music discs. And I want to filter out the gunpowder to go one way and music discs to go the other. I'm thinking of an item elevator. Just a bit of glass. Hang on. If I take this out and had an elevator back here, and then glass in front of it, and you could watch music discs go up that one, and gunpowder go up this one, or the other way around. There's no requirement to be it one way or the other, but I think that would look kind of cool. Now I think I've figured out how to do this. If I have a standard item sorted down here. Yeah, I've got enough space for it. So that's if I use a comparator reading off of this hopper, I can get it all squeezed in without too much difficulty. So it's a comparator there, dust, and dust goes there. And we just need to rip this bit out here. So it'd be repeater going into a block with a torch on the front. So, and then we can have my dropper going here for one elevator. So this will be filtering out gunpowder, because I can filter gunpowder. I can't filter music discs because they don't stack. But luckily for me, we've only got one thing to filter out, so it's not too bad. Yeah, that'll work. Let's go comparator with dust. Just need one torch and one repeater. That goes on the front. Repeater goes back here. Now, if you were doing this for a sorting system, you'd want to put items that you're not going to throw in here. Now, because this is only ever going to have music discs and gunpowder, I don't really need to worry about that. So I could just use stone. Let's do quartz. Just in case I drop any stone around. And quartz. Not quartz, gunpowder. Therefore, if any more gunpowder goes above this, it will be soaked up. Then, all we need to do is have another chain go like that. So essentially what happens is if the gunpowder can go down, it does, otherwise it goes along. So I just need to hook this up to a dropper over here. There, two very symmetrical comparator clocks. So if I come back here and pop a block there, we can test this with, sure, quartz. Yep. So music discs go on that one, and gunpowder go to the other side. As long as I put that in. Perfect. Funny enough, the resource that I need right now is wool. No, wool. And I don't have a sheep farm. I do, however, have plenty of string. All I need to do is find red dye. If only I had some of that lying around. Oh look, found some. A minor distraction, I realise I've got like 7 shulker boxes full of gunpowder, and I need to get rid of the stuff. So I figured I'd make some rockets, and Flight Duration 3 uses up the gunpowder, plus we have someone on the server that refuses to use Flight Duration 1, because that's the sign of being a peasant, apparently. So I'm going to craft a load of these and drop them off. I've been searching around this base trying to figure out where I should put this stuff, and then it occurred to me there's a perfect place because they haven't checked out the charged creeper we've left yet. So if I pop a chest down in here, it'll be found. There, now they have 2 excuses to come here and see the charged creeper. And quite a fitting location. Sorted, now back to my project. And after another successful stream, we've made progress. So the skeleton is in position. The iron golem is kind of in position. He will need to be moved at some point, but I need to basically rip that all out and decorate it properly. If I open that trapdoor... Oh, and break too many blocks. He tries to shoot the iron golem. And they all end up lodged in this little bit of glass or the edge of the trapdoor. Which means if there's a creeper standing here, he gets shot. So at the moment I'm working on how to get the creeper to drop in here. First thing is sort out this elevator. It's been a while since I did one of these. So let's see if I can get it right. Right, I think, not entirely certain, I've done this water system. So if I'm not pressing any buttons or keys or moving the mouse, just letting it do its work, in theory it should pull me in and I'll zip up. Perfect. And it'll do the same for a creeper. Now I'm not entirely sure about how far I need to drop down, so Oops, let's go up top here. Take out this ladder. I can activate it and see what happens. Worst case scenario, creeper lands and dies. Just need to make sure I block up the hole. Okay, so we have a creeper. My first creeper to go through the system. And zip! Yet again, I'm recording after a live stream, trying to remember where I got up to in my recording. Which I think we left off with item streams kind of started for the gunpowder going one way and discs the other way. As you can see, we now get plenty of creepers dropping in here. And at the moment, I'm the only one online, so rates are pretty reasonable. Now, this lever turns on and off a clock that goes on behind here, opening and closing that trapdoor. The reason for that is because if the doors open all the time, this skeleton shoots all the creepers and then ends up with a lot of arrows sitting kind of in here despawning. Having this active just reduces the number of arrow entities sitting loaded. I'm not sure which is better for the server, but I thought it would make sense to add that in. Now, if we look over there, gunpowder goes up there, and we should see discs going up this side. Now, gunpowder ends up travelling over here and feeding into these silos, or the overflow protection if the silo's full, which it currently is. And the music discs end up over here. Wow. We have a few already. Ignore that. I popped that in there as a marker to know where I was up to before I ran a test. I might have to start making sets of discs. Now, of course, if I'm going to make sets of discs, it makes sense to make sure that I know exactly how many sets I need. And I have this terrible feeling that I'll make either too many sets or too few. Probably too few. So we're just popping to the post office and I can count how many heads we got on the wall. Now, there are some people that could theoretically share a shulker box, like JT and Bex, or the Colonel and his wife. I can't remember her name. She hasn't been on for a little while, and I feel really bad about that. It's escaped me. I'll think of it later. But rather than sharing them, I think one each would be fairer, and then gives people a chance to choose where they want to put them. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Hushbug and I don't need one, so 10. Of course, it wouldn't be fair to give people loads of discs if they don't have a jukebox. And unfortunately, jukeboxes require diamonds. I'm hoping I have enough. Yeah, I only need one per, so one of those. And we'll grab one out there. That's 10. I can make 10 jukeboxes. Slightly expensive. Just realised how many discs this is going to take. Well, I best get started. I've been placing as many as I can into these shulker boxes, but we're a little bit short. So I've got 4 complete boxes and then 6 that are all missing bits and pieces. And it seems like all of them are missing, whichever this one is. Hang on. The stool. I think what we need is to fill up those shulkers with other bits and pieces because we have space. So why not rockets? I mean, we've got plenty of gunpowder and we've got plenty of paper, and who doesn't need rockets? I've managed to fill all these shulker boxes with rockets and most of the discs. I'm just waiting on one last stall record, which is taking far longer than I'd hoped. I mean, I've edited all the footage so far. I suppose I might as well collect some of these and dye them as they're all ready apart from the last one. Finally! It's taken so long for that one disc that I started to question whether I had to pick one member that didn't really need a full set. And this would be Bex's set, because she likes Firework Rocket 3 duration. So I need to make sure this particular one goes in Bex's post box, and the rest, they're all the same. I have to admit, it's quite satisfying seeing all the lights turned on. And then seeing mine turned off. Maybe I should do something about that. There, something to light up my light, which doesn't really need to happen, but just looks better this way. And something for Hushbug. because I think I have all of our diamonds at the moment, so it kind of makes sense to pass her a few so she can spend them. Oh, it's dark out here, and I'm not sure when I slept last. Let's find somewhere relatively safe. Wow, that's a lot of lag. Or have I got flight duration 3? No. That is a never-ending rocket. There's a creeper on my shop. However, you can't get me up here. And yes, I'm still wearing the cow's head because it's still pretty cool. I like it. I haven't grown bored of it yet. And we'll see how much longer this stays on for. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, as it really helps out the channel. Subscribe for more of my derpy content. Perhaps follow me on Twitch. And I hope to see you back here again for the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye now.